Okay. Okie dokie. So, let's see. Did you have many people in the other one?
We had 4.
What level was it?
It was 10 to 13.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, it was really nice actually. We did book reviews.
Lovely. Nice.
Yeah, it was really
Which books did you talk about?
Kate we both recommended books, and then we got the students to recommend books too, and then we kind of just discussed those books. It was it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Good. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so my name is Neve, and I'm originally from Manchester, and I usually work in the Florence, my English school. So I'm based in Florence now.
Okay, I'm Anna. I'm from England as well. I'm from the south, and I also live in Florence and work at the same school as Neve.
Yes, exactly. Exciting stuff. Are you excited for the Easter weekend, Anna?
I am very excited. I'm making traditional English roast dinner on Sunday.
Are you? Which meat are you having?
We're having lamb.
Oh, la la, that sounds lovely. And are you going to make gravy and Yorkshire puddings?
I'm going to try, but I've never made them before, so it could go horribly wrong.
That's so good. Oh my god. I don't have the tin to make Yorkshire puddings. I would like to make Yorkshire puddings. A roast dinner would be so nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, Anna, please.
Okay. Change and progress. In this focus activity, attitudes to change, changes in technology, changes in your city, Italy, and the world, predicting the future.
Very nice. Okay, attitudes to change. How do you usually react to change in your life? Are you good with new technology? Do you prefer things to remain the same, or do you need change? How relevant, how appropriately relevant.
Yeah.
So, Anna, how have you been reacting to this change in life?
I have been taking advantage of having more spare time. I am trying to learn how to juggle.
Yeah, that's interesting. What is juggling?
Juggling is when you have 2 or more small balls and you throw them simultaneously in the air. It's very difficult.
That's so good. So that's nice. So your reaction to this period, you've been learning new hobbies.
Yes, trying to learn some new tricks.
Good. And in general, how do you react to change in your life?
In general, it depends on the change. If it's a positive change, then normally I would react happily. But I think if it was a difficult change, then I would probably potentially be slightly sad or maybe even angry.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely depends on the situation. I think the first huge change in my life negatively was when I finished university and I had to leave Ireland. It was a sad time, but I think it's always better to look forward and not dwell so much on
I agree.
on the situation you leave behind. Yeah,
true.
I mean, it's always, I think for everyone in this period, we just have to stay positive.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and keep a bottle of wine close.
Definitely.
So plans for the weekend. Exactly. I think changes in life is so difficult. I think, but it's something that everyone has to experience. So no one is particularly hard done by in this situation. This is a phrase to feel hard done by, which means you've become, you've been the victim of a situation. So in this situation, I don't think anyone or everyone could feel hard done by, but because everyone is experiencing the same thing, no one really is the victim anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And Anna, are you good with new technology?
I think I'm okay so long as it's not too complicated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For example, tell me about some technology that you had to get used to.
Learning how to do this teaching online, that technology took a little bit of getting used to. But like using a mobile phone, for me, it's quite easy.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I'm the same. If it's technology I have a basic level of understanding of, I'm okay, I think. Luckily, we grew up in the generation where technology was advancing quickly.
Yeah.
So we have an understanding of modern day technology. Although some things are a little bit of a challenge at times.
I agree.
Yeah, I think what annoys me about new technology is it's like when it does break or if you cannot use it, it feels impossible to like manage the situation because technology now can be so complex and so complicated.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think in general, I'm okay with technology.
That's good.
And Anna, do you prefer things to remain the same or do you need change?
I think it depends on the situation. I quite enjoy change if it's a change that I have decided for myself. Then I can enjoy change. If it's something that's kind of sprung on me, then I'm not so keen. I tend to be a creature of habit. But yeah, if I've made the decision, then I don't mind the change.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I know what you mean. I like to be so nostalgic and I like to be comfortable and happy. But equally, when things become too comfortable, I need another step, a direction.
It can become boring sometimes if you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Exactly. I think everyone has that side of them.
Yeah.
It's human nature to want more.
It is.
Yeah,
We're never
exactly.
satisfied.
Yeah, and in this situation, everyone has to be okay with change.
Yeah.
It's totally temporary. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation. Nice. Anna.
Okay. Shifting sands. Which areas of life are most subject to change? Make a list.
Good. So, what areas of life have you experienced a change? So, Anna, for you, what areas of life have you experienced a change?
So my living situation. I used to live in England.
That's so true.
Now I live here in Florida.
Yes.
Also, I am going to be an auntie in 2 months.
Congratulations.
So another change. I haven't actually had any bad changes so far.
That's nice.
So yeah, it's the changes have been good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think generally speaking too, maybe people experience change with things like their career.
Yeah.
Maybe their relationship is something that everyone experiences a change in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you say, family dynamics change
Yeah.
when people have children and babies. I don't know. Can you think of any other areas of life that?
Friendship.
Yes, absolutely.
And also, I mean, it's not so important to everyone, but like style or fashion.
Yes. Oh, that's so true. That's completely true. I think also style and fashion changes from where you are based in the world.
Yes, I agree.
Like I noticed this in Anna and I are based in Florence. The style is completely different to that of Manchester. And I think that's for many reasons, like the weather being a huge factor. It's never warm in Manchester. But I think like music has an influence on things like that, what music is popular in the areas.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And maybe even in terms of your education, in different stages of life, people like to learn different skills, and so this can be a change. It opens lots of doors.
Yeah, I agree.
Opens lots of doors. This is an idiomatic phrase to say creates opportunities. I don't know whether I've spelled that right. No, I have, kids.
It's Friday evening.
Yeah, I know. Oh God, too quick. Oops. Okay. How do I get rid of this? Oh, there we are. In pairs, which of these kinds of change are hardest to get used to? In pairs, put them in order of difficulty. Changing romantic relationships, changing friendships, change of city or home, changes in technology, change of job or study, change in fashion, change in way of life. So the first thing we can say is to get used to is to become accustomed to create a new habit. I think accustomed to. Yeah, it's just a little phrasal verb there. So for Anna, what for you is which of these kinds of change are hardest for you to get used to?
Oh, definitely change of city or home. Changing romantic relationships for sure.
Yeah, because that changes like everything in your life.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I can't see the last one because of the banner, but I think potentially the last one, yes, changing way of life. I think I would say is probably quite difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do you mean in terms of like different cultures, or what do you mean by that?
I think different cultures, but also if say tomorrow I decided to become vegetarian, I would find that quite difficult.
Yeah. Gosh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, of course, that's quite a big one. Yeah. Oh, I would have to agree with you there. I think for me, a change of city or home was so easy because I think when you decide to go somewhere, if you go there willingly, it's an exciting opportunity, and so it's not so hard to get used to. Definitely changing romantic relationships.
Yeah.
And also maybe changes of job or study. I think you want to your life can focus around your career, and your career can center around your ability to do that particular job. So maybe that can be difficult. Absolutely. And then for you, which kind of change is the easiest to get used to?
Probably change in fashion, changes in technology. These are probably easier for me. Changing friendships also, just because I feel like I'm at an age now where the change in friendships is only for the better, as in I tend to be making more friends rather than like having like high school squabbles.
Exactly, yeah. And I think when the change in friendships can be because you are constantly moving around and getting different jobs. So, like you say, you make new friends more organically.
Yes, I agree.
Exactly, yeah. Nice. Anna?
Change verbs. Match the change verbs to the definitions. Miss out on, get used to, keep up with, catch on to, make do with, be left behind, to be up to date, to lose the chance to become lost, separated, settle for, be content with, adapt to realise, become aware of.
Good. Okay. So some types of phrasal verbs here. So if you So if you match the verbs to the definitions and write your answer in the chat. And yes. Okay. Yeah, and these phrases are more colloquial. So they are often used more regularly than other verbs which have a similar meaning. Maybe we could match the first one. There is a delay from the answers to when we see them.
Okay, miss out on. I would match to lose the chance to.
Nice. So recently, Anna, have you missed out on maybe some technological developments or maybe things online?
I missed out on it wasn't technology, but I missed out on my brother's 21st birthday.
Oh no.
Last week.
Oh, so you couldn't celebrate.
No.
Oh,
No, that was
sorry
sad.
to hear. Oh, that's so not nice. I think this is the problem when you live and work away. You tend to miss out on so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely missed out on many technological developments. I think I like my phone and I stay with the same apps and use the same things all the time. But I think it depends on how important those things are in your life. Like for me, I don't really need many apps because I can do my jobs with the apps I already have. Yeah. Maybe I've missed out on lots of events by being away. But it's like, did you miss out on your brother's birthday because of the coronavirus situation or because you are in Italy?
Because of the coronavirus situation, because I was due to fly back to celebrate with him.
Oh no, that's so annoying. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. That is sad. Okay, so to get used to is one we saw before, and this is a better definition than what I used, to adapt to. So I think all of us, we are getting used to living and working in the current how do you say smart working at home? Getting used to spending lots of time at home and getting used to, I think in England, people are getting used to cooking for themselves. I think lots of people like to eat out in the UK. And my friends all say they're finding it difficult to get used to cooking every day. It's not a great reflection. Is there anything that you're having a difficult time getting used to at the moment, Anna?
Just being inside for the majority of the day. I mean, I'm lucky I have a balcony, but I want to go out and stretch my legs or go for a bike ride.
Yeah, you have a bike now.
Yes, I bought a bike.
Yes,
Just before the lockdown.
having a bike makes everything so much easier.
Yes,
It really does. Yeah. And Kate, to keep up with, to be up to date. Yes.
Good job.
It's true. I also must to keep up with cleaning my home. I need to keep up with staying with my plan of only drinking on the weekends. At the moment, all I want to do is a glass of wine before bed. But I think in this situation, it helps me to get used to the situation.
I agree.
It really does. It really does. I have to charge my laptop shortly too. And yes, Kate, to catch on, to realize.
Right.
Do you tend to catch on to new technology easily, Anna?
I think so. I've never really had to catch on to technology that's too difficult. But yeah, I think for me it's okay to catch on to.
Yeah. Okay. I caught on to the fact that I hate cleaning. I caught up onto that. I caught onto that fact a long time ago. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And we also say things like to catch on to a joke. I think sometimes when people are saying and making jokes, do you catch on to jokes easily, Anna?
Usually, yes. Sometimes I struggle if my dad tells a joke. It's normally not very good, so I struggle to catch on. But normally, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. And Kate, another great answer to make do with. Yeah, I only have white wine at the moment, so I have to make do with that. I would love some red wine.
Nice.
Yeah, and we have to make do with the hobbies that we can do inside at the moment. Anna is doing juggling.
Very badly.
Yeah, really? How many balls can you juggle?
Currently, I can only throw the ball from one hand to the other with one ball.
So, I was expecting at least 3, Anna. How long ago did you start?
It's been 7 days.
7 days? Anna, I can help you.
It's not good.
I wish I left my brew behind, that I would have a good excuse not to clean. Yes.
Yeah.
Be left behind to become lost or separate. No man is left behind. In the tree of trust, everyone climbs, but nobody falls. It's a good motto. It's a good motto.
It's true.
Okay, change verbs. Put these change verbs into the gaps. Miss out on, catch on to, keep up with, be left behind, get used to, make do with. So we can take a little bit of time to discuss what they could be. So I find it tough. Tough. What does it mean? I find it tough.
I think it means when you find something difficult.
Yeah, exactly. People sometimes describe material or maybe meat as tough if it is difficult to chew. Yeah, I find it tough too. The pace of progress in technology. Pace is also a word where you hear the synonyms. So pace can mean the speed. It can mean the velocity. So I find it tough, difficult to the speed, the pace, the velocity in technology. So, Anna, what do you think? Which phrase do you think we could use here?
Here, I would use, I find it tough to keep up with.
Good, exactly. And for Anna and I, this is not true because we are so good. Okay, Anna, do you want to maybe do the next sentence or the next phrase?
While all my friends blank the latest trends, like tablets, smartphones, and other gadgets, I often find I blank.
Okay, sorry, I'm just charging you.
So I think the first gap, while all my friends
catch onto, maybe?
I think catch on to, yes.
Yes, so while all the friends are able to understand the latest trends like tablets, smartphones, and gadgets, I often find we need the contrary here, Anna. What do you think it could be?
I often find I get left behind.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully never. No man is left behind. Oh, did you watch Lilo and Stitch when you were little?
I actually watched it recently.
Ah, did you? They say no one is left behind or forgotten. I think also in Star Wars they say it, but I'm not so sure.
I don't know about Star Wars.
I don't want to. The most recent changes in technology. So this is a very forward statement. So I don't want to. I think this one is get used to because you don't want to become accustomed. Miss out on. That could work as well. Yeah, miss out on. Maybe people who like technology, they don't want to miss the opportunity to have the newest gadgets.
Yeah.
Do you think you're one of those people, Anna?
No, definitely not. If I have my phone, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need, all these fancy. I don't need an Apple Watch. I'm not even sure what it does.
No, can tell the time by the sun and the stars.
The shadow on my face.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, the next sentence, Anna.
I using new formats and devices very quickly.
Okay, I think this one is the one I struggled with. I think Nicolas Cage. That's the one, Left Behind. It rings a few bells. It makes me think of some more than one thing. I can't think Nicolas Cage. Still don't even know what it is. I get used to using new formats and devices, so you are able to understand new formats and devices quickly. This is the thing, if it's a new format, I can get used to it quite easily. If it is a totally new gadget, then it's more difficult. Maybe I cannot get used to it so easily. And finally, Anna.
Even though other people are happy to the next best thing, I have to be up to date with everything.
He's a pilot. Oh, is that the one where they crash? They crash into. Oh God, no! I have no idea what that movie is. His passengers disappeared. No.
Oh, I haven't seen that either.
I'll have a Google. It's great, and he eats a hot dog. Love it. Nicolas Cage and a hot dog in a plane. I'll add it to the quarantine list. So, even though people are happy to make do with is to settle for the next best thing, I have to be up to. I'm happy to make do with things that function well.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't have to be up to date. I actually don't enjoy getting used to new things. I like to use for technology anyway. I'm happy to use
Yeah.
this thing. Yeah. Okay, Anna.
Okay, dealing with change. Use the change verb to describe your own attitude to change. Miss out on, catch on to, keep up with, be left behind, get used to, make do with. 1. Which areas do you find easy to deal with? 2. Which kinds of change are most difficult for you personally? Change in romantic relationships, change in friendships, change of city or home, changes in technology, change of job or study, change in fashion, change in way of life.
So Anna, so tell me about, you said change in fashion was an area you find easy to deal with. Tell me about that.
So change in fashion I find easy to deal with simply because I love clothes. So if there's a change in fashion, it's a good excuse to add to my wardrobe.
Yeah. And can you keep up with those fashion trends easily, or is it a challenge that you like to do?
Normally I can keep I'm not a massive trendsetter, but I like to keep up to date with the season's colours and if there's, a
Yeah.
fashion colour style. Pink is in this summer.
Pink is in it. Thanks for the tip. Is that true, or is that for the example?
True. And it's great because pink is my favourite colour.
Ah, perfect. 2020 is looking better already.
Looking rosy.
I think for me, a change of city at home is something I found easy to deal with, because I don't like to miss out on opportunities. So I thought moving to Florence, for example, was an opportunity I didn't want to miss out on. So the change was so good, and I got used to my new life quickly. Yeah, and I think the job was a challenge, but I got used to it, and I tried to keep up with all of the changes. For example, smart working and doing these seminars. What about changes in the way of life? Do you find that difficult? Have you found, for example, the food here, Anna? You said this is a change in life. Was that easy to deal with?
For me, the change in life to do with food, I can definitely make do with Italian food. That is not
Yes.
a problem I have. And the change in the way of life, moving from England to Florence, sometimes I find it hard to keep up with family and friends. And obviously sometimes I miss out on birthdays or other, well, just birthdays, lots of birthdays.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it can be difficult to catch on to the different events happening in the city if you're not so if you're not so knowledgeable on how the events are organized, or maybe on social media how to find them.
Yeah.
And and changing friendships, I think it's a perspective. The new opportunities to make new friends in cities, and you should keep up with your friends in the previous places you lived with, but don't get left behind. Make new friends in the new cities.
Yeah, for sure.
And for you, Anna, tell me about the kinds of change that are most difficult for you personally.
Changes most difficult for me are things normally to do with family. So, for example, not being able to see my sisters all the time is hard. My mum.
Do you ever feel like you're left behind from the family social group?
Slightly, yes.
I understand.
At the moment, no, because they're all self-isolating separately.
So yeah. So
But
everyone,
when they're all back together, then I will be feeling left behind.
Yeah, you're all missing out on family time.
Yes, we are all missing out on family time.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think it's the same for me. I feel like I'm missing out on all of those things. But like you say, my family are self-isolating. That is good. We all keep up with each other for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Anna, do you have a preference?
Oh, let's do the world.
Oh, let's go big. How has the world changed over the last 10 years? Have these changes improved our quality of life or not? Is the world safer or less safe than before? What do you predict will be the biggest changes over the next few years? Talk about technology, communications, transport, war, relationships, lifestyle, music and art, environment. No, use present perfect to talk about what has changed. So maybe let's form the present perfect really quickly. The present perfect. We have our subject plus has, have, or the contrary, hasn't, haven't, plus past participle. Should probably get rid of that one too. And the present perfect is used often to talk about experiences in life. If you consider your life as an unfinished event, then we can consider it like the other use of the present perfect, an event continuing to the present. So, for you, Anna, how has the world changed over the last 10 years?
That's a big question.
I know. Maybe you can talk about one of these subjects specifically.
Okay. So I think environment. I definitely think the world has changed environmentally in the last 10 years because of climate change and pollution. Also, countries developing.
Ooh, that's so interesting, yeah.
So places like Africa and India becoming more growing more economically,
more modern,
potentially coming out from the third world status to maybe more second, first.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think even in terms of technology, particularly for the last 10 years, so much has uploaded onto social media, has become
for sure
a lot more technological. There are many more companies which are active online, and things like I remember when the iPad first came out, or these tablets, I just didn't understand what their purpose was for. Like, I didn't understand if they were a phone or a mini laptop, and now everyone has one and it has found itself a purpose.
Yeah.
Do you think that music and art has changed at all over the last 10 years?
I think art is constantly evolving. However, music, I don't think there's been any new music. I think because I feel like musicians nowadays tend to bounce off older styles of music.
Yeah.
Kind of
it is said that music and fashion and the arts tend to regenerate and recycle. Yeah.
The only thing I can think of with music maybe is like rap.
Oh my gosh, and Grime. Grime is like a new genre of music.
Maybe like trap. I know a lot of Italians enjoy trap music. What is it?
I feel so like that's what the kids are listening to now.
I'm 103 years old.
I'm not even completely clear on what trap music is.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's big, apparently.
It's actually a big deal, yeah. Do you think these changes in technology, in the environment, do you think they've improved our quality of life or not?
I think there's pros and cons for everything. I think it has improved a lot of things. So, like, you know, companies can develop faster. There's been, you know, like, it's helped countries to develop more. There's probably, you know, new technologies, new like scientific discoveries have probably been positive, but then you also have a negative, like maybe too much social media, too much TV for small children.
I totally agree. I think in terms of the environment, it has been quite damaging for our quality of life. However, there has been significant improvement in the last couple of months. So perhaps this will improve our quality of life. I think in terms of technology, life has become more convenient. Things are faster, things are easier, and in some sense, there are more opportunities for people.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if you want anything, I mean, if you want anything at all, you can just order it on Amazon. Like, it's not a problem.
And if you want to know anything, you can just Google it or find something. Do you think or maybe from a personal perspective, Anna, do you consider the world to be safer or more dangerous than before?
In this period right now, it's definitely more dangerous than before.
In terms of health, but maybe in terms of crime, is quite safe.
Yeah, I think it's probably the safest it's been in a long, long time.
Yes.
But I think the world is, I think it was simpler in the past, so potentially safer. But it's hard. That one's a tough one. What do you think?
I don't know. I think for me, because I've really grown up in the last 10 years, so I've become more aware of the dangers in the world. So it's quite difficult for me. But I think in one sense, the world is safer because now there is more like protection, CCTV, but that has been developed because of the crimes. But in terms of, this sounds so contradictory to say, in terms of health, the world is a little safer because healthcare and science has generally improved, although widely disputed in this period, we could say. And what do you predict will be the biggest changes over the next few years?
So I think there's going to be some big changes in economy in the next few years.
Oh, yeah.
Because of this situation that we're in. I think we'll probably see changes in lifestyle. I think people will probably want to make up for lost time.
Yeah.
I would like to think people will be nicer to each other. But...
Oh, I know. No. I hope people will value more like their family and being close. Yeah. I think some of the biggest changes and things that will continue to change in the future is technology, and I think attitudes towards the environment, because before this situation happened, this was quite a big topic in most parts of the world, like the environmental impact we're having on the environment, the impact we're having on the environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sound like I'm trying to fill a word count, in the
You're 10% under.
yeah. So maybe let's do my life,
Sure.
since we're talking about us. Anna?
Okay, change in my life. 1, what have been the biggest changes in your life over the last few years? 2, what was the last major change and how did you cope with it? 3, do you think that you are better or worse at dealing with change now that you are older? 4, what advice would you give to people for dealing with a big change in their lives? Talk about relationships, friendships, job, study, home, city, technology, lifestyle, happiness, health. No, use present perfect to talk about what has changed. I can't see the rest of it.
In your life. Nice. So what about Anna, do you think you are better or worse at dealing with change now that you are older?
I think I'm much better at dealing with change now. I feel like I have a more I can't think of the word.
Like maturity?
Maturity, and I think I have like a clearer vision of kind of what is actually bad and what's actually not that bad. I'm not so dramatic.
And me too. Well, actually, I probably still am a little bit. No, I know. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I think I remember when my parents left me at university, and they left. I remember thinking, "Oh my God, why did I choose to Belfast? I was so far away from home." And then, but then everything gets better. I think when you're older, you realize you can kind of navigate your own path in life, can't you?
Sure. Yeah,
exactly. What advice would you give to people for dealing with big changes in their life?
I mean, depending on the situation.
Maybe why don't you, for like this situation, how to deal with the change in this situation?
I would say make the most of every day. So get out of bed early. Well, not too early. And have breakfast with your family or your friends. Kind of catch up with your friends, but don't read the news necessarily every morning.
I said this to people. I said keeping a positive mental attitude is good, and it's very important to keep up with. Good freedom. Keep up with the news. However, like if it has detrimental effects to your mentality, then it's maybe not so good either. Yeah, I think it's good to have a clear motivation too for like each day or each week. Have a goal, have a routine, and give yourself a purpose whilst on quarantine.
Yes,
exactly. And what has been the biggest change in your life, would you say?
Oh, biggest change in my life would be moving to Florence for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. Before I worked in London, I worked in an office job. It was the company was really great, but the job was pretty mundane. So yeah, moving here has been great. It's like a whole new adventure.
Yeah. And do you still keep up with your friends from your old workplace?
Yes, I still keep up with my friends. Make sure I'm not, left behind. I know all of the gossip.
Yes. And have you got used to your new life here?
Yes, it was actually a very easy transition. Getting used to life here. So
yeah, I agree. And it's nice to have new challenges every day. And also, I don't think we expected to end up to finish in quarantine here.
No, definitely not.
But yeah. Okay, so that's really the end of it. So lots of present perfect for experiences, change in progress, and some phrasal verbs to talk about change in life.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Are we off?